Welcome into the Film Guy Network. It's football season, which means I've got a film study for you. What's up? Really like that. You really like that? Let's shut up and grab some tape. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome in to the Film Guy Network on a fabulous Wednesday afternoon, Thursday morning. However, whenever you found this, I hope it found you in a good spot. If you're new to the network, I'm Brooks Austin, the director of recruiting for Sports Illustrated. Played a little college football back in the day. We talk college football Monday through Thursday live from 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock here on the network. But we also do it a little bit differently around here. We are the Film Guy Network, okay? We're going to get up on the board and break down some of the nation's biggest football games, particularly here in the Southeastern Conference, every single week. If you are new and you like what you see today, make sure you hit that thumbs up button, and damn sure make sure you subscribe to a very quickly growing network around here as we continue to grow in that subscriber count. I appreciate you for being here today. Let's talk about what we're here to talk about, right? We're here to look at this Florida defense. Already broke down that Florida offense, who I think is one of the now more explosive football teams in college football with their new freshman quarterback in DJ Lagway. Defensively, I find that they're losing football games. Defensively and special teams, they are losing in the margins here every single week. And it's a tough study for us in terms of preparing a Georgia audience for this football team, because we're going to watch them play against Kentucky, who's going to live in 12 personnel. And then their last game before that was Tennessee, and they lived in man-to-man defense against an offense that is completely irregular from what most college football teams are playing. So today's study is going to be more of a personnel identification, right? Who are they from an individual personal standpoint? Because I do believe what we see on tape today, you're probably going to notice something different, I would imagine, in terms of a game plan of how they approach Georgia. Some things that are obvious when you watch this. I do believe that Austin Armstrong and this defense play a little bit too many people. All right, I don't know if they're good enough to be playing 40 guys on the defensive side of the football. They do. They play a lot of bodies. They also don't make a ton of adjustments from what I'm going to show you today. We're going to watch 30 or 40 plays, and you're going to see Florida kind of line up and play a very similar style of defense, down in, down out. And as the game progresses, you're going to see Kentucky start to take advantage of that. Hope you enjoy what you see today. And again, if you do, make sure you hit that thumbs up button, like, subscribe, rate, review, all that good stuff. We got a saying around here: let's shut up and let's grind the tape. All right, with these what to expect episodes from now on, I'm going to kind of go in with no preconceived notions, no preconceived notes, anything like that. We're just going to get up on the board, no different than we would do on a Sunday afternoon in a coach's meeting hall, right? We're going to get up on this board and we're going to find out who this football team is from a personnel standpoint, what they like to do, what their defensive ideology is, okay? And here's what I'm talking about with Kentucky, all right? There's a Y and there's an H, or excuse me, there's a Y and there's an H attached right here. They're in 12 personnel. You're seeing Florida match that with a 50 defense, right? 5 guys down. This is something, if you've been paying attention to this network, this is kind of how everybody nowadays plays attached 12 personnel. They're going to hop in a 50. They're going to roll the safety down into the box, particularly when you bring motion, okay? And they're most likely going to play some type of cover 3 behind it, right? Most likely going to play some type of cover 3 behind that 50 down front shell, okay? Kentucky trying to run counter right here. 34, this defensive end right here does a really good job of crashing this edge, all right, and shortening it and turning this play back inside. Watch this. Boom. Smacks that guard. Really forces this play back inside where his help is right there to Shamar James, number 6, the inside linebacker. The other thing you're going to notice about this Florida defense, man, they are particularly large right here in the middle. You're going to see number 21 come in here in just a little bit. To 21's support system, I'm sorry. I'm not going to say great things today. I'm not going to lie to you. Okay, here we go. A lot of players on this roster, okay, that Georgia ultimately recruited and either missed out on, like this guy, Shamar James. That's somebody that they tried to flip late in Billy Napier's first class. And then some guys that they recruited and ultimately just didn't fall in love with. You're going to see TJ Searcy, Aaron Gates. These are Georgia players. Micah Barrow, or Mekhi Barrow, excuse me. These are Georgia State prospects, all right, that Georgia's certainly aware of that didn't necessarily go all in terms of a recruiting approach. But some of these guys, you know, Billy Napier won out on in terms of a recruiting battle. All right, to start this football game when they weren't playing, when Tennessee or Kentucky wasn't playing 12 personnel, all right, you're going to see Florida respond with what looks to be a quarters approach, right? We got this quarter shell back here behind this defense, all right, and there's only one tight end on the field. This is 11 personnel. So when you're in 11, expect this or some type of two-man like they showed against Tennessee. But they're still trying to get into this pseudo hybrid 50 front, right? That's Jack Pyburn, their Jack, all right? And this is their nickel down here, kind of in what we call on this network an apex position, right? He's 3 yards off the ball and 3 yards outside the box. We call that apex around here. That number 13 is Aaron Gates. Funny enough, Jonathan actually coached him in baseball. Yeah. Really good baseball player. Played shortstop, had a stick on him, son. But, you know, when you're 6'1", 200 pounds, and you run 4.4, your ass gonna play football in the SEC, baby. That's what we gonna do. So shout out to Aaron Gates. Shout out to Trinity High School in Sharpsburg, Florida. Shout out to Kenny Dallas. All right. So they come back to this counter this time, all right, out of this pseudo 50 front with that nickel, all right? Now they're going to attack my man Aaron Gates that we were just talking about. Aaron doesn't quite close the space as well as that last guy, all right? So now we actually have a crease in here that's going to hit for this running back. Watch 69, the backside tackle, get up to that front side inside linebacker. Now, I don't love this from Shamar James right here. Let's rewind this back. We call this picking a side on this network. Watch this linebacker right here, okay? I understand what he's trying to do, Jonathan. He's trying to avoid the block by getting low, but we're also allowing him to seal us and create a real big, vast void right there in that gap, all right, in C gap to hit this and get to running. Thank you. I'm just going to go ahead and take it off. Jonathan, as a producer, is doing a good job here of getting things fixed that I know you guys complain about. Swag's cool, but listening to this chain dingle around on this microphone, probably not so much. So let's just get rid of that. Good job. See, that's producing right there. That's getting in early and making an adjustment. That's what that's doing. Good job right there, Jay Will. Yeah, no doubt. All right, let's keep looking here. All right, I'm going to do a better job today of standing outside of the screen when I film my boys in that second shot, okay? I was watching the film study from the other day, and the iPad was hanging out in half of the shots. All right, here's that cover 3 look. They're actually going to, as this motion comes over, they're going to roll this safety down, okay? And they're going to play cover 3 back behind it, all right? You're going to see as they continue to run consistent coverage, all right, Kentucky's going to start trying to take advantages of it. It's like they're trying to run power pass and sneak the tight end out of the back. It's a great play by that linebacker, whoever sniffs this out. Is this number 6 or is this my man number 10 from South Carolina? It's number 6. Great job right here by Shamar James of being a great athlete in space and making guys miss. The last 3 years that I've been watching Shamar, because he's been starting since his true freshman year, I think he's one of the SEC's best. To be honest with you, he's going to play on Sundays for a while. He's a really, really good athlete and a really smart football player. I think they get away with an offsides here or an encroachment on the defense. No, he timed that up. Good job, 44, coming off the edge right there. Ooh. The other thing that you're going to notice in this film study, guys, Brock Vandegrift's struggling right now. He's struggling. Now, this isn't nothing on him. All right, but this is definitely a batted ball. But you're going to see more and more examples of wide open hitters that number 12 just can't quite hit right now. He also studies a ton of tape. You're going to see this a lot on this film study from number 6, man. When I see guys doing that right there, You know something, okay? We've talked about this on this network a lot. And I love identifying smart football players because I know they're watching tape. I know they're grinding. They're not just really, really talented, right? So number 6 sees something, knows something right there, and is going to respond off of it. 3rd and 8 here. All right, now, 3rd and 8. What is every team in America doing on 3rd and long nowadays, Jonathan? No, I'm talking about defensively. They're simming pressure. Everybody's simming pressure nowadays. Now, I haven't seen them go all out here. I haven't seen them engage 8, right? I haven't seen them just bring everybody. So we, as an offensive line, most teams nowadays are scanning. They're getting back, trying to figure out which 5 guys ultimately come, and then identify them and get them blocked. Okay, we're going to watch this from the tight. Okay, and here's the good thing about Florida, if you're a Florida fan listening to this. I don't see any tendencies off this, okay? Normally, when I come to the line of scrimmage as an offensive lineman, most teams have a preset rusher, all right? They're going to definitely bring the 4 down most of the time, so we're going to account for him, and him as an offensive line, okay? But they don't have any tendencies. Sometimes they rush these 2 guys and drop these 2 guys. Sometimes they drop these 2 guys, all right? Sometimes they drop these 2 guys and rush these, all right? But nonetheless, you're getting 4, most likely 5 rushers and a couple of these guys dropping on down-to-down basis. So I think you're most likely going to have to scan protect this, which means all 5 guys get back, okay? All 5 guys get back, identifying who is attacking them, who they're in charge of blocking, and then number 0 picks up the free hitter, right? The running back ultimately picks up who we don't pick up as a core. Now, what makes this really difficult is when they got veteran linebackers, all right, 2 guys that have started in the SEC for a long time. This guy, number 10, started last year as a true freshman for South Carolina, now starting for Florida as a true sophomore. This guy, just told you, been starting 3 years. All right, watch them execute this stunt right here. I think it's a tremendous job by number 6, Shamar Stewart right here. Shamar James, excuse me. He gets into the hip of that center, pushes him off the block, and now he ultimately has a free rush to the quarterback. But in reality, Jonathan, he's doing this to free up his teammate. Okay, he's doing this to free up his teammate. He's taking the attention of 0, all right, 0, and he's going to knock 75 off of his block, allowing, hypothetically, his player to wrap around. But he's the one that ultimately comes free, so now we're going to get after the quarterback. Drop certainly didn't help Kentucky in this football game either, but, you know, I thought it was more missed opportunities than drops. All right, Kentucky now hopping into this 12 personnel, okay? That's an H. All right, and the Y's attached, just like they started the football game. And here we go. We got this rock and safety approach right here from Florida, showing, again, that cover 3 look that we looked at a little bit earlier. Sorry. All right, here comes the motion from the tight. You're going to see the safeties roll. This guy's coming back to the middle of the field. This guy's going to roll down and hook curl support, okay? Staying in that cover 3 shell. All right, I want to start. I just see him pop into the football game, so I want to start showing you guys something. Okay, Jonathan. And I feel uncomfortable doing this because I'm giving things away. But if I'm not going to sit here and give you the real, then I don't know what to do, okay? His feet are even right here, Jonathan. His feet are even, and he's going to go north and south right here. All right, he's going to go north and south. He's going to play it straight to a true 0. Now, they're going to start slanting and stunting this guy in a little bit, which is, to be honest, a little bit blasphemous in my opinion. He's 470 pounds, okay? I wouldn't be wrapping him, all right? But when his feet are even, he's coming forward. When his feet are staggered, he's slanting, for sure, all right? I can almost guarantee that. What's going on? Oh, okay. Is it what I think it was? That's all right. Jonathan. You see? Now watch his first step. Okay, watch his first step. Watch where he goes. Okay? Steps to his right, slants right. Okay, here's the deal. When we are overweight and we carry way too much in here, we gotta fix it with our feet when we're in a 4-point stance. Okay, so when you see this guy squatting or his butt's lower than normal, he's definitely going side to side. If you see him with a staggered stance, he's definitely going side to side. If his feet are even, his weight's on his hands, he's coming forward right now. So you got to understand this when you're playing this guy, okay? Kentucky offensive linemen failed to do so, and you're going to see on goal line situations, they start slanting this guy, and we got guards falling on their face because the big man's not there anymore where we thought he was going to be pre-snap. But, I mean, you can see the weight on his hands are totally different here, guys. Hell, he's not even in a 4-point. He's in a 3-point. That's much better from number 6 right here. Watch the front side inside linebacker here, okay? Watch this young man right here fit this. I think this is actually 0. I think it's a nickelback that's in here doing this right here. Maybe that is Shamar. Boom. Great job right there forcing that back inside. Now there's no crease, right? Now our backside pursuit from Jack Pyburn can actually run this play down for us. It's a really good rep here on this front side, even from 94 as well. Way to turn that back in, Tyreek Sapp. Dude's been playing a lot of college football down there at Florida, man. A lot of college football has Tyreek Sapp. I see even feet. I see even feet at the nose position. Oh, he's slanted, but our weight is on our heels, okay? This is what I would be doing as offensive lineman back in the day. I'm trying to find as many tendencies as I humanly possibly can based on tape. Even in this 11 personnel, they wanted to get into this pseudo 50 front, didn't they, Jonathan? Look, they still got these 5 downs, even against 11 personnel. There's a tight end attached over here. Kentucky's in 11. So I don't foresee you're going to get this against Georgia, okay? A, because you don't squeeze as much as Kentucky, but B, I think you have a lot better weapons, or at least more consistently throwing the ball weapons right now than Kentucky does. So, again, I think one thing that's interesting about Austin Armstrong, and as much, kind of crap as he gets sometimes, he is a multiple defensive analyst or coordinator, right? He's going to play a lot of different looks based on what the opponent does best, okay? Now, the problem is, in my opinion, I don't think he mixes them enough in the middle of the game. That's a lot of weight on that heel from that nose tackle. I would love to hear Billy explain why there's been no weight loss there. I want to know. Stance staggered again, weight on the heels there at nose tackle. He's even off the ball further than he normally is. He is slanting. Here on a 2nd and 4, Kentucky's running the football. Let's fast forward to just a tad. This is duo, boys. This is duo. Okay, everybody's working this way. Okay, we got an insert this way. We're trying to hit this gap right here on this duo play. Okay, I think the guard is the guard falling on his face right there is ultimately what causes a major issue right here for this offense. And I'm going to tell you right now, I don't know his NFL future. I really don't. And he's talked about it. He's talked about it ad nauseum. He talked about it this week. This guy seeks contact. Okay, 44 is going to hunt. He's going to come downhill. Honestly, as an OC, I might use his aggressiveness against him. Okay, because I do believe he plays on his toes quite often. Okay, on his toes quite often. Third and 2 right here. And they force a false start from Kentucky. 3rd and 7. You know what you're getting. You're getting simulated pressure, okay? So I'm just going to go ahead and prepare you right now in blitz period all week. This is probably what we're going to do. I don't see them doing any exotic blitzes. Like if you prepare for Texas A&M, the whole week we're going to be doing blitz period as an offensive line. We've got to figure out how we're going to block all these not simulated pressure, all these pressures from depth out of these zone pressures that they like to run. But when we're going to face a 3rd and 7 team that's a sim pressure team, we just got to prepare for sim pressure. We got to be able to handle this. And again, I think your best bet with an athletic and experienced offensive line like Georgia is to probably scan protect it. The only other option is to full slide it. I don't like full sliding a team like this that never really fully brings all the guys walked up. They're going to walk up and then back out. We don't know who's backing out, so we don't want to slide the protection too often against this unit. Last time they brought the 2 walked up mugs, right? They brought these 2 guys. This time I believe they're going to plug these guys and drop the 2 inside linebackers. Let's take a look. Yeah, so no real tendencies from this football team when they get into that. However, still playing that cover 4 soft shell zone behind it. It's actually cover 3, and I think it might rotate. No, it's still covered. No, that's Tampa. They rolled one safety down in the middle, played the two corners. But what in the hell they got going on? They rolled this safety over the top. They rolled the corner back over the top. They dropped everybody else into zones. So it actually rolls to cover 2 right here on 3rd down. Now, this is where, as a quarterback, we have to understand that we're not so hot right now. We're actually getting it picked up as an offensive line. We're doing a good job right here, and I feel like Brock's timing is just a little sped up right here, okay? A little sped up right here because, boom, there's the winner, all right? And we're trying to throw it over here into a clouded window. All right, now we're going to start seeing some rotations from Florida defensively, okay? Now we're going to start seeing some rotations from Florida defensively. Also, here comes this cover 3 again from these guys. All right, they're going, actually, that's cover 4 against 11 personnel. So we got deeps all back here, right? All right, so I think the concept here is this one. We got something like this working. All right, I think this bender, this out route right here is wide ass open. And for some reason, we don't pull the trigger. I mean, right? Now, I know he could leak. I understand that. But we also have a threat right here. We got plenty of answers. Brock pulls the football down and takes off. That's fine. I guess it's fine. You can't apply it if you're a Georgia coach watching this, though. TJ Searcy, Upson Lee. You know who else came from Upson Lee? Trayvon Walker. That's number 19 right here. Turned out to be a way more athletic football player than I thought he was going to be in high school. In high school, I thought he was kind of goofy mover, you know, and goofy movers play all the time. There's a lot of really, really good goofy movers. Hunter Pence, most famously, the best goofy mover ever. All right, but anyways, don't know why I switched baseball on you, but he turned into a way better athlete than I thought he would ultimately be, even though right here he gets a little baited. 93, the nose tackle in here that is just rotated in. That is Mekhi Barrow. He is from Creekside High School. At one point, he was committed to the University of Georgia. All right, why did this crease so bad? Let's go take a look. Why did this crease for them? All right, Florida back into that. Oh, I know why. We're way too wide. We're way too wide. We got to close this space way faster. Way faster. All right, and then we wrong-armed it. So now we finally squeezed the space, but now we're logging, so we actually have an extra blocker for that front side safety that's coming. You'll see him wrap around. Boom, there comes 85. Oh, and we inserted Arden Key, the wide receiver. If 85, the tight end back here on this backside counter, this GH counter, if 85 was just an athlete and kept running, whew, man, might be a big-time winner. I see what he's doing, though. He's trying to peek back inside, see if there's any overflow right there. He's trying to find 6 because 6 is on the ground. Let's find out why 6 is on the ground. Let's watch Shamar James on this front side right here. He just falls. So that's, what, twice now? In 2 drives we've seen them misfit counter. That's interesting. When they're going to play a football team this weekend that has historically ran counter pretty damn well. All right, now the hybrid quarterback in there, you better be key and run right now if you're Florida. You better be key and run. Does number 2 from Kentucky have a singular pass attempt this year? I'm sure he does. But it can't be. There's no way number 2 has a single football game this year with double-digit pass attempts. Oh, it's a great play by 34. I love this play by this front side end right here. He's going to play dive. Okay, he's going to surf. We call it surf technique. All right, why? Because when you slide down the line of scrimmage, you look like you're surfing on a surfboard. Your feet are parallel. That's why we call it surf technique, okay? Let's take a look at this surf technique from 34. Boom, boom, shoulder square. Now we're going to run. What's up?
He is 8 for 20 as a passer this season.
He is 8 for 20 as a passer this season. We are keying run. All right, we better be keying run. Play cover 0 behind it and dare him, you know? All right, here comes Vandegrift back into the mix. Looks like middle of the field is closed. They are throwing a flea flicker. All right, so here's the deal. When you live All right, when you're living in a certain style of defense, whatever it is, if you're living in man-to-man, if you're living in cover 3, if you're living in cover 4, if you're not mixing the looks, eventually I'm going to start getting it into my bag as an offensive coordinator, even if my name's Bush Hardman and I look nothing like Bush Hardman. Okay, so here it is. A flea flicker doesn't work as well against man coverage. Do you know why, Jonathan? Bingo. They're just staring at their man anyways. They're not looking in the backfield. They're not doing anything like that. But when we're running a zone coverage, right, flea flickers work really, really well. You know why? Defensive backs have their eyes on the backfield. So watch number 3 back here. As soon as he sees run. Watch number 7 as soon as he sees run. Watch the safety as soon as he sees run. Watch these guys suck up into the field. Oh, they're cooked right now. They're cooked right now. So good play call right here as you see them start to settle into coverage, okay, getting into your bag a little bit as an OC. This is why you've heard Kirby Smart over the last several weeks talk about we've got to pitch to these guys. We got to throw multiple looks at them. He's not just talking about quarterbacks, guys. He's talking about coordinators as well. We can't let those guys get comfortable up in those boxes, man. No pressure either, which means we're not converting run to pass very well as a defensive line. Let's look at these guys, okay? Particularly these two. Do you disengage at all? You're playing run fits right now. Look, all feet square, shoulders square, trying to hold their length, right? Keep the outside arm free, okay? But once we see pass, are we converting to pass now? So here we go. Let's watch you. Let's watch you. Let's watch you. You're now engaged as well. Can you guys break your blocks? No. Nobody can, okay? Run to pass has got to be much better, all right? Especially as you go play a play-action football team like Georgia. It's actually their first rep of man right here. Jonathan, they're going to travel the safety over here. He's going to square up as the ball is snapped. They're going to transfer this off and play man coverage out there. It probably tells me they're selling out for the run. Rightfully so. Who is 33? 33 just ran up in the mix. 15 just ran up in the mix. I think this is a older linebacker. I think he's a first-year transfer. I don't know. Will you check that for me? The big boy will at least plug it. He'll at least plug it there in the middle.
Is Derek Wingo.
Yep.
33.
Any relation to the Wingo family, I would imagine.
I would think so.
You would think so.
I can't even find a 33.
Really? Interesting. All right. Bam. Yes, sir. 6. Yes, sir. 6. Look, you're not going to watch this guy in any type of football game on Saturdays or Sundays make the same mistake twice. This is how you fit counter, brother. This is it right here. Watch this. Whammo. Come on, down block. Come get you some gap down backer tight end. Look how tight that squeeze is now. Look how tight that crease is for Kentucky. Now, we can't be letting arm tackles get ran through for a 7+ yarder after contact when our linebacker's doing that, okay? So 15, we got to be better. It's really well executed, actually, from Kentucky, to be honest with you. It's so hard for this backside tackle to continue on his track and find whatever trash comes available on that front side of the play. Boom, great job. I said I was going to stay out of the screen, and I'm not doing a good enough job of it. I need to put one of them doggy shock collars on me, Jonathan. All right, here we go. Fourth and short right here. Yeah, I don't know if quarterback sneak's going to work with the rotund mound of mass that's in there, okay? That's a lot of ass and hips from number 21. I probably would be doing something else. That's tough. That's a tough way to turn it over on downs, man. Just running into a mountain. All right, our third nose tackle in the mix. Our third set of defensive tackles in the mix as well. I think this is a senior that hasn't played a whole lot in his career. This is a true freshman, number 35. Number 99 is a transfer, I believe, that just got there. Will you check on all that for me? 35, 99, and 1. Okay. Guys, they play a lot of bodies. This is number 5. He's a true freshman from Woodward as well. They play a ton of young football players and a ton of bodies. And I think it can create some busted assignments for them, to be honest with you. Ooh, I know what I wanted to talk about on this play. Again, hey, when we're bunching, when we're in 12, we've seen you as a defense play a lot of cover 3, and here you rotate into it again. Boom, deep safety. Boom, corners got thirds. Boom, corners got thirds. Where are you vulnerable? You're vulnerable in the flat. So as a coordinator, when you sit there and play a very similar style of defense, I'm going to hit you with a 9-yarder. All right. To open 2 series now, we've seen this coordinator from Kentucky move the sticks and get positive plays to start the drive with 3 beaters. What do you got for me?
They play so many people, Arlax doesn't even have all of them.
Yeah, no, I had to go straight to the Florida roster. Yeah. I think I'm right on those 3 players, though. I think one is, like I said, an older player that hasn't played a bunch in his career. 99 just got there. 35 is a true freshman. Shout out Justice Boone.
DeAndre Robinson, who's a freshman.
Mm-hmm.
99 is Cam Jackson, who is a senior.
Transfer?
Yeah, 2nd season at Florida.
Yep, from, I want to say an Ivy.
Louisiana, from Memphis, I believe.
Memphis. Okay. And not an Ivy. All right, so even when you don't play cover 3 or look like you're playing cover 3, you ultimately do anyways. Watch this. They're going to fire the corner and rotate the safety back down, who's playing way too aggressively right now, as is this corner on the backside. I bet the play action bit both of these dudes in the butt. Okay, so they're supposed to be in their deep thirds. This is what I'm talking about with Vandegrift, dude. We cannot miss this ball. My God, we can't miss that ball. And I think his problem, Jonathan, in my opinion, he's a closer. He's a closer. He's Craig Kimbrell. He's 100 mile an hour. He's the classic guy that you played with who couldn't throw strikes unless he threw the ball as hard as he could. All right? And sometimes we don't need to throw balls as hard as we can, like this one. This ball needs to be layered, thrown with good timing. All right? Also, we're misaligned in our mechanics. We're lined right down the middle of the field, and now we're going to have to fight our body back across this way to make this throw. Yeah, no wonder. Okay, no wonder we missed this. Look, all of our momentum's rotating and going this way. We're trying to throw a ball this way. That's improper. You know what that is, Jonathan? That's not tying our feet to our eyes. That's what that is. That's our lower body being slower than our upper body. All the little things matter when you play this position, and here is a concern. Now, I understand pre-snap, they've got 2 receivers over here and an attached tight end, 1 receiver over here. They're in duos pro left, okay? So they're going to try to flip this nickel right here, the young player in Aaron Gates. They're going to try to flip him, but then the motion comes back to them, and now they've got a massive issue. Now they got a massive issue over here, all because they just weren't quite properly aligned pre-snap. 14 does a great job coming downhill and plugging this and actually turning this back in. 5 does a great job pursuing it and running it inside out as an inside linebacker. But yeah, there's an obvious misalignment here from Florida. I love me some number 14. I think he's a young player. I think he's a sophomore for Florida. Played last year as a true freshman. And now, I mean, he's big, tall, long, covers a lot of ground, strikes when he's asked to in the box. Do we have a 3rd and long here again? 3rd and 5. So even on 3rd and medium, they're going to sim pressure you, Jonathan. Okay, so something to note right here. I would imagine 6 isn't coming. He's not. Okay, 6 and 10 aren't. All right, so great quarterbacks read the body language and the eyes on these guys. Watch number 6 right here. Watch him peek outside right there. Boom. Okay, now I know he's getting motion right now, but he's also looking at where he's threatened because he's got to drop. He's got to drop. That's a no-no. He's got to drop back over here. Okay, so he's trying to find where his threats are right here as the play starts to progress. And just his general depth, Jonathan's telling me he's most likely not a threat. Okay? The famous clip of Aaron Rodgers going, "Hey man, go ahead, back on out of here. I know you ain't coming." That's the level of intellect you got to have sometimes as a quarterback in terms of reading body language. And my God, Brock, this is an interception from Florida, and it should be a 10-yard completion for Kentucky. This ball's just thrown way too hard, and it's in a bad spot. We can't overthrow a ball and miss in a bad spot. The ball's got to be in front of him. Tips and overthrows will kill you as an offense. Bro, I am praising Jesus on 3rd and 5 that number 21's out in front of me. I'm going to tell you that right now. I am praising Jesus. It might take him 3 seconds just to get to the queue, you know? Especially running through another human. Turnover for DJ Lagway, puts the ball in, what's our timestamp? Puts the ball in short territory for Kentucky.
36.
Ooh, okay. Quarterback run, it's almost not even worth looking at because you guys don't have it in the book unless you're out a damn Wildcat. That's quarterback lead duo. There's no point in even looking at that. Really no point in looking at this either. Run! Just send the crib, bro. Just send the crib. I think we got some misfits here. We got some misfits here on this counter. I would imagine counter's going to be in the playbook pretty heavy. Ooh, what is 29 doing? What is 29 doing? Who's number 29, Jonathan? It looks like Henderson, Jefferson, something. Looks young. Looks thin. And looks young.
Jaden Robinson, he is a sophomore.
Hey. Right? That's pretty good. Pretty good. It's the lack of thickness in the lowers that gives it away. The lack of thickness in the lowers will give it away. Yeah, guys, I think they have an inconsistency with fitting counter based on what I'm watching right now on tape. Now, one thing they stopped doing was this goofy shit last year where they would spike the defensive end in and then work the stack linebacker outside on obvious rundowns. Man, you talking about giving up edges. They gave up edges so often last year when I watched them on tape. Hey, Jonathan. Feet are even. Feet are even, 4-point stance. Feet are even, 4-point stance. 4th and 1 right here. Oh, yeah, he's leaning heavy forward right there. You know he's coming. Guys, just don't do this. This is the second time in a row they've tried to go right down the midline against a 470-pounder. If there's one, like, you're playing into his strengths, okay? Playing into the team strengths. Now, he gets put in the end zone, but there's 3 guys dedicated to moving 21 up off the ball. He thinks he's getting high load right now, buddy. It's the red zone. There ain't no rules down here, dog. Look, 21's going to turn around and look at the umpire like, what the heck, man? He's cutting me. Ain't no rules down here, big fella. But, boy, they got some beef in here. This is Mekhi Barrow, guys. This guy is 6'4", 360 pounds. He looks like nothing compared to the big fella next to him. They got some meat up in there. They got all 3 defensive tackles in there. And as an offense, or nose tackle, excuse me. All 3 in there. And we're going to run the ball right down the middle.
I feel like Kentucky treated that as if it was 4th and inches, not 4th and 2.5.
Yeah. This is weird. Actually went into a two-man look here, did Florida. Look at this. Man, 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 two high safeties. Okay? So we got a confirmed coverage. They actually did make a slight adjustment here as a defense. Oh, here, we got another rando rolling in, number 97. I think this is their transfer from Penn. And he looked like a transfer from Penn. Oh, he made a play. I'm going to stop talking shit.
You would be correct.
Yeah. Boy, was dominating the Ivies. Penn's an Ivy League school, right? Oh, catch the ball, dude. Catch the ball, dude. Again, you stay in some type of zone, man. We're going to eventually have wins. Okay, we're eventually going to have wins, and big wins that should get hit for big completions instead of interceptions because they tip off the hands of the wide receiver. I will say this. I don't, at least in this game, they were very opportunistic with regards to the turnovers. When the ball was tipped, Florida made the interceptions. Ooh, does he crib this? Soft. I loved this kid coming out of high school. Forget his name. Cameron James, I think is his name. Cameron spelled like Cameron, Kamran. He is a really good-looking football player.
Yeah, Cameron James.
Olympia?
Yep.
Get to the numbers, right, Jonathan? When we intercept the ball, get to the numbers. Get outside the numbers. That's where all the help is, right? Trying to get to these angles. Boom, start veering towards the numbers. That's a well-coached interception drill right there from Florida. Everybody getting to the numbers and getting these seals. Great job. Look at Aaron Gates down here. This is coaching up. All right, this is coaching up the interceptions. Watch number 13 towards the end of this. All right, everyone's going to seal in, okay? Everyone's sealing in. We're trying to run out towards the numbers, all right, and get to the end zone. That's a coached up drill. It's very obvious to me that is a coached up drill. All right, that's the first half. They're up 27-13 at this point in the football game. What's our timestamp?
42.
Okay, we'll watch one more series here, guys. Soft zones, right? Soft zones have answers, okay? You got to continue to mix the looks, especially against Carson Beck, right? Like a quarterback that's played 25 starts or however many it is at this point. We can't line up and play ball. I'm going to eat you alive. What's he keying? 6 has gotten a read all day on pass protection. He must be seeing something, okay? Somebody so he pointed at the guard maybe? He pointed somewhere over here. Somebody's giving it away. Let's watch his drop. Yeah, no hesitation at all. He's immediately into his pass set right there as a linebacker. We'll flip the tight end in 12 personnel. That's a busted play, it looks like. Why are we scrambling left? Everything's working back right. Yeah. This is a no-go as a quarterback. We talked about this yesterday with Connor Wigman, right? The whole concept's working this way. Everything's going here. Everything's going here. Even the back is flaring this way. Everything's going here. We have nothing back over here except for guys adjusting to us out of a scramble drill, right? Like the tight end right here is trying to leak out off scramble drill, okay, and help the quarterback, all right? But he doesn't even turn around and look for the football. Who got beat and why? I think 88 wins this rep. Who's 88, Jonathan? I think I see a Banks. Caleb Banks?
Yep.
Junior?
He redshirt junior. Looks like he came from Louisville.
Okay. It's a really good move right here on this guard. He's got no chance. That's just bad from 62. Checking at the line. Looks to me like Florida has bumped into two-man now.
All right, so I'll give them some credit. They have shown a little bit of adjustments. However, this corner's eyes are inside. Is he blitzing right now? This safety's alignment's a little funky. We'll see what happens here. No? Okay, they play it straight up, 2-man. Brock checks it to a quarterback run. It's not much you can take away from here. Good God, 62's a leaner, man. How did I not see this when I was watching Kentucky tape? Watch this right guard, or this left guard, the one on your right. This guy right here. This is bad leaning. This is 2 reps in a row. Ain't nothing down there for you, brother. Quit looking at the ground. 3rd and 2. We'll see how they play it out of a 50 front. Kentucky's in 12 personnel. They're playing cover 0 behind, or cover 1 behind it. Okay? I might, middle of the field, 2-down territory, you're down 14 points. Jonathan, we've shown them this look and this motion twice, and they want to continue to man switch this, right? If that's the case, on 3rd and 2, down 14, middle of the field, I mean, we're in negative territory, but we're probably in 2-down territory anyways, right? I think aggressive coordinators probably call a shot right here if they trust their quarterback, right? They get into this look and they occupy this 2-on-2. How often are we getting one-on-one opportunities with what could be ultimately, 8-man protection? We can have all these guys protect and still get a one-on-one with these 2 over these 2. That's what great coordinators do. It's what we've seen on this network week after week of watching guys show one look, watch how the defense responds, come back and murder them with it the next time. No weight on the front hand from the nose tackle. 0 weight on the front hand from the nose tackle. 0 weight. He's moving. All right. Hey, I hope you really enjoyed this. I know I did. This is 2 days in a row. We broke down them Florida Gators. If you're a Florida Gator fan watching this today, we appreciate you for being here. Make sure you subscribe to this network as well. We do national talk and talk radio. I know all you guys are watching content nowadays. We do it as well as anybody here on the network. I forgot my watch. If you're watching at this point, I want to challenge you guys to hit me with, what's our word of the day be? Mamba. I want y'all to have that Mamba mentality. And here's why. I love this. And this never gets run. I love this photo, man. Come on, put us back in 3. I love this thing. So shout out to the Mamba. Give me that Mamba mentality in the chat today. We'll see y'all next time. Love you. Bye.